Our previous song was Down at the Cross Where My Savior Died. And these were the words written by Elisha Hoffman. I am so wondrously saved from sin. Jesus so sweetly abides within. There at the cross where he took me in, glory to his name. Now that song was written many years ago. But the truth of it is, the story is still the same. We were all sinners, saved by grace. And that's exactly the next song that we're going to sing together. Now, I know many of you will know that we love the songs by Bill and Gloria Gaither. I truly believe that they are a couple that have been blessed by the Lord, and they in turn use their talents to write words that will bring joy and comfort to many. Now, Bill and Gloria have got a whole host of friends who join them for their homecoming songs and concerts. One of their friends is a wonderful bass singer by the name of George Jones. Now, George was not just a great bass singer who could hit the lowest of the bass notes, but he was also a great storyteller and had a wonderful sense of humor. He was a very funny man, and whenever he would tell his stories, he would narrate it with such, ease, and he would have the congregation or the audience in splits of laughter. But he could also be a very serious man. So sometimes you would have George speaking with great power and authority, and everybody would be listening to him. And then there would be other times when you could hear raucous laughter from the green rooms as George would hold forth and tell one of his anecdotes. Now, George had been singing with Bill and Gloria Gaither for many years, but he also recounted to them his own life story and how his life had changed. You see, he was a young country boy from Mississippi, and he lied about his age. And in 1947, he left his Christian home and his parents and joined the paratroopers. There onwards, his life spiraled out of control in a way. He said he got in with the wrong crowd. He started smoking, not just cigarettes, but marijuana as well. He became a bartender, and so drinks were part of life. But apart from that, he would also sing country songs and entertain the other officers. But on the whole, he realized that he was living not a very good life. Years of bartending and, of course, struggling with alcohol took their toll on him. And when George finally finished his tour of duty, he went on to Alaska looking for adventure and trying to find a way and a path forward. It was then that he realized that he had really strayed and it was time to return home. He was restless, he was searching, and it was on one such night of soul searching that he realized that there was no hope for him without Jesus. So he got down on his knees and rededicated his life to the Lord. And he never looked back after that. Now, one day, while George was singing with Bill and Gloria Gaither and the rest of the group, he was deeply impressed to ask Bill and Gloria after the concert to write a song about him and his life. In fact, the Gaithers felt deeply touched that George would have asked them for such a favor. And as a result, when George told them, you know what, just write a song for me, will you? My story, that I'm just an old sinner saved by grace. Those words from George Jones encouraged and was an inspiration for Bill and Gloria Gaither to write this next beautiful song. And by the time they finished writing it, they realized that this was just not George's story. It could be our story, for we are all sinners saved by grace, and without the Lord's love, mercy, and forgiveness, we are indeed nothing. So if you know the song, please sing it with us. If you could see what I once was. If you could go with me back to where I started from, then I know you would see a miracle of love that took me in its sweet embrace and made me what I am today, an old sinner saved by grace. I'm just a sinner saved by grace. When I stood condemned to death, He took my place. Now I live and breathe in freedom. With each breath of life I take, I'm loved and forgiven. I'm back with the living. I'm just a sinner saved by grace. How could I boast of anything I've ever seen or done? How could I dare to claim as mine the victories God has won? Where would I be had God not brought me gently to this place? I'm here to say I'm nothing but a sinner saved by grace. I'm just a sinner saved by grace. When I stood condemned to death, He took my place. Now I live and breathe in freedom. With each breath of life I take, I'm loved and forgiven. I'm back with the living. I'm just a sinner saved by grace. In freedom, with each breath of life I take, I'm loved and forgiven. I'm back with the living. I'm just a sinner saved by grace. None of us can claim to be perfect. None of us can claim to be without spot or blemish. We've all come short of God's glory. But out of His love for us, He sent His Son so that you and I could be reconciled with Him. That should be comfort enough. I hope we'll remember that. God bless and take care.